For years, the world believed Sam Heughan was Hollywood's eternal bachelor, the man who had everything but love. Tabloids called him the most charming single in showbiz. Fans wondered endlessly, is Sam dating anyone, or how can someone like him still be alone? But what if everything we thought we knew was wrong? What if behind the flashing cameras, the perfect smile, and the polished interviews, Sam Heughan was never truly single, because somewhere behind the away-from-the-noise scenes lies a love story so quiet, so genuine, and so deeply real, the one between Sam Heughan and Catriona Balfe. And more than that, they share something precious that the world doesn't know, a small, peaceful family that they've chosen to protect, hidden away from the spotlight. When Outlander began filming its very first season in 2013, Sam Heughan and Catriona Balfe were just two unfamiliar names on a casting sheet, but after only a few scenes together, everyone on set noticed something extraordinary. There was a spark, an unspoken presence between them. They understood each other without words, through a glance, a breath, a silence. Director Ronald D. Moore once confessed, "I've never seen two actors connect so naturally. Without rehearsal, they just looked at each other and everything came alive." From those freezing first days in the Scottish Highlands, Sam was always the one to drape his coat around Catriona's shoulders. She, in turn, was the first person to read lines with him every morning. What began as a professional friendship slowly grew into something deeper, something only they could truly understand. For nearly 10 years, Outlander became more than just a TV show. It became a shared journey, a decade of laughter, heartbreak, and trust. When Catriona faced difficulties in her personal life, Sam was the quiet presence beside her. When the media tore into Sam's private world, she was the first to defend him. In countless interviews, they spoke of each other with warmth that went beyond co-stars. Sam once said, "We're friends, teammates, we understand each other with every breath." Some things don't need to be said, they're just there. Catriona echoed him softly in another interview. "There are people who pass through your life and leave a mark that never fades. For me, Sam is one of those people." For years, Sam and Catriona avoid questions about their relationship, but the signs were everywhere if you knew where to look. The matching silver rings, simple bands worn quietly on their ring fingers during red carpets and interviews. When asked, Catriona would only smile and say, "It's just an Outlander memento," but fans weren't convinced. Then there were the secret holidays, whispers of a trip to Glencoe, far from paparazzi lenses. And the photos, never together, but almost always the same lake, the same lighting, the same golden hour sun spilling through a Highland window. In 2024, when Sam was asked if he had ever loved someone deeply, he paused. Then he smiled, looked away and said, "Yes, but not everyone needs to know that." According to a source within the British film industry, Sam and Catriona now live quietly in a small house in Dalkeith, a peaceful suburb outside Edinburgh, surrounded by forests and lakes. There they live, far from Hollywood noise, just the two of them, a little boy and a golden retriever named Fergus. Locals say the couple often take evening walks by the lake, hand in hand, their child chasing the dog through the tall grass. No one takes photos, no one questions, because everyone there knows they're a family who values peace more than fame. A neighbor once said they weren't surprised, normal and kind. If you didn't know who they were, you'd never think they were movie stars. Catriona shops at the local supermarket. Sam tends to the garden. On weekends, they go fishing or cycle along the hillside paths. It's a quiet rhythm, the kind that doesn't need applause. Their silence isn't denial, it's protection. Catriona once shared, "I've seen too many people lose themselves when the world knows too much. I want to keep a part of myself that belongs only to me, Sam, and peace." Sam said something similar in Esquire, "Some things last longer when you don't talk about them. I believe in what's real, even if it's unseen." They know that going public will only invite rumors and scrutiny that could crush what they've built, so instead they choose silence, not as secrecy, but as devotion. Despite living in a world of flashing lights, their life together remains simple. Sam still jogs every morning with his dog. Catriona reads and cooks. A close friend once revealed, "They're happiest at home, not on the red carpet. They watch old movies, sip Scottish wine, and laugh about the early days of filming Outlander." In a recent interview, Sam opened up for the first time about fatherhood. He said quietly, "I didn't think I'd be a good father, but every time I hear his laughter, I know I did the right thing. He's the reason I come home every day." When asked about the woman beside him, he smiled softly. "She's the one who makes me believe in destiny." Although they've never confirmed their relationship publicly, every glance, every shared moment tells the truth louder than words ever could. At the premiere of Outlander's final season, a reporter asked Catriona what the show's greatest gift was. She paused, looked at Sam and said, "If you asked me what the best part of this journey was, I'd say it was Sam." Not because he's a great co-star, but because he made me the best version of myself. Sam, hearing that, simply smiled and whispered, "Thank you for believing in me and in us." The world may doubt, the press may speculate, but those who have seen Sam and Catriona together know the truth that love doesn't always need a label or a spotlight. They've lived through thousands of shared scenes, endless nights, laughter, tears, and moments of silence that belong only to them. Now, free from the characters of Jamie and Claire, they've found something far more real themselves. So, is Sam Heughan still single? Perhaps the answer lies not in a statement, but in the way he looks at Katrina, in the way they protect each other, in the quiet moments that cameras never captured. Their love doesn't need to be announced. It only needs to be lived. It doesn't need proof. It only needs to exist. Because sometimes the most beautiful love stories are the ones never told, only felt quietly by two souls who found home in each other.